Burn, baby, burn, here comes Inferno. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shelf Space. I'm your host, Ross13, and today we are looking at Predacon Inferno. Releasing the third wave of the Transformers Legacy line in 2022, this Voyager-class figure represents everyone's favorite pyromaniac Predacon in a much more show-accurate look. Gone is the brittle translucent red plastic replaced with opaque red plastic covered in black and metallic blue details. He still retains his iconic propeller butt for flight mode, though now the way it's formed is a little bit different. The bottom blade needs to be rotated up if you want it to close up properly. One of the absolute best details is his articulated and painted head, allowing him to scream at his enemies while he lights them on fire. The rest of the articulation is pretty good too, which is nice considering the original 90s toy was heavily articulated as well. Though now all the ball joints have been replaced with either swivels or universal hinges. This gives the figure an amazing range of motion and even includes some joints that the original didn't have, like ankle tilts and wrist swivels. Once again, I want to stress how nice it is that this figure has ditched the overuse of translucent plastic that plagued the original. My 90s copy has little cracks in almost all of the ball joints, and while it hasn't shattered yet, I do worry about how much longer that toy has. This toy though, the only translucent plastic I'm seeing is in the eyes on the chest and the weapons, which brings us to... For accessories, he comes with a quad-barreled missile launcher, which is actually based on the jet engine for his flight mode, as seen in the show and the original toy. This is a really cool addition, though it would have been nice to have the original blaster. Also, you can't really close it up inside the abdomen, which is a bummer if you ask me. You can try to fold everything up around it, but nothing will peg in or even shut all the way, which, again, major bummer if you ask me. Moving on, transformation is a complex affair that is surprisingly different from the original toy, especially with the way it handles the arms and legs. Those were originally used to make up the alt mode legs, but now are all tucked away inside the thorax and abdomen to give a much more convincing organic fire ant mode. One that looks very close to how it did in the show, right down to the broad head and long legs. Legs which are actually supporting its weight. This is one of the details I just love, because the original couldn't really do that without having the legs positioned funny. You usually just end up with the legs splayed out and the body resting on the ground. But this one is set up so that you can have all 6 legs down and keep its belly off the floor. You can put the weapon up on top, but that doesn't look super great. Sadly, there isn't anywhere else that's more discreet to put it. Articulation-wise, this figure can move his legs around a bit, as well as the jaws. It's not much, I suppose, but it's kind of in service to making this mode feel so much more solid.